What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's always the jokes, huh?
Who got jokes?
Just check the just you know.
Oh, you mean the repeat joke?
The same joke.
Okay, the same joke. The same joke.
The senior
Okay.
citizen.
You know, like taste the biscuits.
Yeah. Well, no, Taste the Biscuits is awesome. Or like I was foggy, but I missed.
I'm gonna just start telling dad jokes.
What's a fish with no eyes? Fish.
Listen, dad jokes are my favorite.
Oh my goodness. All right. What's up? We are getting started. What is going on, everybody? This your man Dre Mac, along with Bluminati and Mika G with another episode of the Blurred AF. Technically, we're the Cancun crew right now because all of our teams is hanging out on Cancun.
Cancun deserves to be Cancun. Bastards.
All of our teams deserve to be in Cancun.
No, the Bills don't deserve to be in Cancun
Yes,
right
they do.
now. No, they don't.
They lost.
No, they don't. They don't deserve to be in Cancun. They just are in Cancun right now.
Yeah, they deserve that too.
And what it is, you know.
It is what it is. It is
I
what
watched
it is.
the game. That was some biggity back bullshit.
I watched the game. I watched the game. I agree. Because that interception in the catch, it has got to be across the board, like with anything. So I agree. I do agree, Blue, because they gave the same catch to Devontae in the LA game. That don't excuse the other three turnovers, the mother turnovers. But I get you. What you're
Still,
saying.
like
I get that narrative, but I'm like 50-50 on that narrative because it didn't cost them the game.
No, that missing pass to Knox cost them the game.
No, it didn't. Because
The
if
pass
like
to
if
Knox-
that interception wouldn't have happened, what would happen? The game would have been won off a field goal.
Are you sure?
Possibly. Let me say that. Possibly.
Yeah, because I was about to say y'all had the same thing versus Kansas City, and my man went wild right.
Nah, I don't think he would have. Nah, not because that was
All
on
right,
like
that was Prater. That's Prater. Prater would have hit that field goal, not old boy that y'all had like what last year. So nah,
So,
but
nah.
nah, I ain't gonna troll today. I was gonna troll, but like, come here, sit right next to me. We're all getting ready to go on the good ship.
No,
Cancun.
I ain't even I ain't even mad about it. The thing is, I ain't mad. I was in disbelief like that next morning. I woke up like, wait a minute, man.
Yeah.
That's some bull, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't mad. I'm like, even Mika was like, y'all taking it too serious. I'm like, nah, I'm not being serious. It's just, we having fun.
Yeah, it's just fun.
But it's like you said, the NFL just has to do better. Like you said, hey, what's a catch? What's not
Across,
a catch?
across the board.
Y'all didn't
That's
even
all I'm
review it. I think more
Right.
people mad that there was no review of it. Like y'all didn't
Absolutely.
OT and y'all don't review this. That's crazy.
Yeah, but today we are going to get into it because we're going to talk about NFL. We're going to talk about a lot of other stuff. But today we do have a special guest that we're going to bring on. That's going to talk about, huh? You said what? Hot.
Am I hot?
No.
I wish I was hot.
No, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call her. I wish I had a rabbit in the hat and a bat and a 6'4" Impala. I wish I was like 6'9" so I could get with the Yoshi. She don't know me, but she's really fine.
You could have stopped like 2 seconds ago.
I know.
No,
right?
I didn't want to. I wanted to keep going. No, we
You
do.
stopped
We,
with the
no,
cord.
we do got, I'm joking. No, we do have a special guest that's going to come in. That's going to talk about a lot of I call her a real life Ghostbuster. She's also an actress and also has one of the best theories that I've heard that Gremlins was based on a true story, and I want to hear exactly what she has to say. So we're gonna bring her up here in a second, but we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. Let's go. You already know what it is.
What does this button do?
All right. Marie, turn your camera because you're sideways.
Hang on a second. This is why I like to do this ahead of time. Kinks in the beginning. Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Was I'm about to say, was that Raggedy Ann in the back?
Yeah, that's her.
Boy, hey, look, hey. hey, wake up to Raggedy Ann, might get punched. But no, we do have a special guest. She actually is doing this for me. Was coming on. She can't stay long. She has to roll, but she was coming in for the first part of the show. This is Marie Jackson. She is, can I call you paranormal investigator? A Ghostbuster?
Not a Ghostbuster. But
you just don't have the power pack yet.
No, I'm not good. Okay, it's not gonna happen.
Are you sure? Because I think that'd be dope if you came around with an ectoplasm. You know what I'm saying? And then we just get the containment system. Can I slide down the pole? I just want to slide down the pole like
on,
not
Grace.
that pole. Come on. Come on. You know what I'm
Wait a minute. Okay. I mean, I haven't said that in 2026 yet, and that's my first pause of the year.
Yeah,
I can't stand y'all.
Want, but the pole that you talking about, I ain't gonna be sliding down for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We don't know what pole you're talking about.
If I talk about Ghostbusters,
why don't you just say the firefighter pole?
So you
said I want to slide down the pole, and I'm like, shoot, let me go get my dollar bills real quick. Shoot, you sliding down poles.
That's
not
crazy.
that pole. Well, also, Maria's an actress. You got, musician, all of that. Welcome, Marie Jackson, to the Blurred AF, everybody.
Thank you.
You know what? Y'all rude. Clap.
Hold up. Wait a minute. You know what? I got you. I got you.
No home training.
It's a whole sound effect on here. Just nobody pushed it. Anyway,
if I had the juice, I would have.
Oh, okay. Tell and of course I just gave a small intro. Tell us more about yourself, and then I want to hear more about what you said about the Gremlins take. I'm gonna pull it up, but yeah, just tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, so I am a paranormal enthusiast, is what I typically would. But if you're familiar with the phrase paranormal investigator, it's along the same lines. But I've been doing that for about a little over 10 years, doing investigations, and I investigate people's personal houses, commercial properties, land, and I do that. I wrote a book about my own testimony as far as what I've experienced. So I have that out, and I have a second memoir that I'm working on. I also have a podcast called Paranormal Impact, and this is actually my studio. So in the studio, I interview people and talk to them about their own paranormal journeys and situations and experiences. So they tell me their experiences, and I'm working on doing a full paranormal series talking about everybody's experiences and turning it into an actual film. So yeah, I do a little acting, but I also do my own production. And I'm in the process of developing a lot of different paranormal reenactment series and television episodes. Got a lot going on.
Nice.
So, and you said you actually go out into the field, like people's houses and stuff like that?
I do, yeah. So I have several people, and I feel like I'm so close to the darn camera. I ain't that close, am I? But yeah, people hit me up, and I'm based out of Kansas City, Missouri, born and raised. And they'll hit me up and they'll tell me about what they're experiencing. And I have to go through what I call a preliminary investigation. I don't take everybody's stories. I don't investigate every single inquiry that comes my way. I have to make sure what they're experiencing is real. So they'll send me a, preliminary investigation, like footage. They might send me some type of audio or video to corroborate what they're experiencing. So, but yeah, I actually go into people's personal homes. So these hauntings and experiences are not just something you see on those commercialized type setups. They're actually real people that are going through real life paranormal encounters.
That's
And
what's
it's,
up.
That's
yeah.
what's up. And then I want to post. I just want to just real quick play a little bit because of course on this show we talk about movies. You know what I'm saying? And entertainment news. And I just thought that your Gremlins take was so interesting. Of course, it's on TikTok. It was gaining major traction on TikTok just on your take on Gremlins. I put it in the chat or a group chat, but I'm about to pull it up real quick. And I want after playing just a little bit of it, just explain some of your ideas as far as like some of these movies is based on real events. What kind of information. Okay, it's me. But what kind of information? How you log in you start logging back into to StreamYard, and into Instagram from your computer, and it'd be ask you a million questions, which I'm glad it does. But yeah, but I'm about to share our video real quick. Hold on, real quick. Give me just a second. Let me share this real quick. Let me share my screen. Share the screen.
While you doing that, can I ask another question?
Yeah, absolutely.
What got you started into doing like paranormal investigations and stuff like that? Was there an encounter that you had, or?
You know what? It's my own personal experience that made me get into this industry and get into this research field, because more so than anything, it's a research type of industry, and it takes a lot of courage and really just your own personal experience to want to do this. But yeah, when I was younger, here in Kansas City, Missouri, there's just different territories, and we stayed on the south side. So Dre, I know you're probably familiar with like the Ruskin Heights district in that area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to live over there.
Yeah, we lived in that area, and this was so we moved into this house, my mom, my dad, and all of my other siblings. It was about 6 of us, and we went through some experiences that were very similar to what you would see on the movie Poltergeist. And being a Black young child coming from a Black demographic, these were not things that we could actually converse about and actually tell people about, because it was very taboo. There's many stigmas surrounding these conversations, so we couldn't talk about our experiences. So we were sworn to secrecy up until 2016, when my father passed away. And when he passed away, then I felt like that was an opportunity for me to start searching for the truth about what we went through, because we left that conversation dormant when we were in the 80s. We didn't talk about it anymore. But we all got together back in 2016, and we started having a conversation about what we went through. And me and my siblings and my mom, we all corroborated each other's stories and experiences. And that's when we went on this journey to find out exactly what the connections were with what we experienced in that house. But yeah, that's kind of how I got into it. Then I wrote a book about it, and the book is from my own personal experience. It's a memoir. And it kind of tells you a little bit about what erupted, what started, how everything started, how it all surfaced, the history of the area, and it just kind of lets you know what we went through from my optic. Yeah, that's I didn't know.
And I think that's awesome. I'm not gonna play a lot of this because I want you to personally talk about this. So I'm gonna just play a little bit. This is from the paranormal activity. I'm sorry. Is that how you say it? Is it paranormal activity? Yeah. From the page. So I just wanted to say it right. But let me just play a little bit of it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Childhood movies, but some don't realize this movie has a deeper, darker history and meaning behind it. It was released in June of 1984 and had this Christmas/monstrous, mischievous theme to it. But here's some darker secrets that we have yet to ever realize. The word gremlin, which refers to the creepy little monsters in the movie, and the word mogwai, which is the furry little creature that we all adored, have deeper meanings than what Hollywood really wants us to know. These two character references were not created and invented in Hollywood. They actually come from humanity's oldest fears and folklores about the unseen forces that multiply, corrupt, destroy from the inside, reflecting the anxiety and loss of control that we kind of see in our society today. The word
Hey, I'm gonna stop it right there because I think that's just a super dope premise. Kind of give us from your perspective. Of course, I could just let the video go, but since you're right here, you know, when you went to go research this information, that's where I caught it. I was like, dang, that's actually really deep. You know what I'm saying? When you was looking at that, what popped in your head when you was like, yeah, Gremlins is literally based on our own fears, our own anxieties, our own traumas. How did you come up with that?
Well, you know, I started going back and resurrecting a lot of the things that I dealt with in my childhood. And I started going back to movies because a lot of the things that we are shown is a version of actually what's going on or what is to come in our own individual lives and in society. So they don't talk about a lot of these things because, one, they don't want to create a gigantic panic with everybody by telling them the truth. So I just took it upon myself to start researching the ties and the history with a lot of these and the associations with a lot of these movies and content. So I started with some of the movies that, you know, we were most familiar with, you know, as far as, you know, culturally speaking. Everybody knows the movie Gremlins. Let's talk about the movie Gremlins. Let's see what the ties are and the connections and how do they conceive these ideas. So once I started researching the movie, I just was like, you know, there was a lot of references in the movie. If you pay attention to it, there's a lot of references as far as the Chinese culture, their practices, their norms. A lot of objects and things were displayed in the movie that we paid attention to back then because, you know, we were children and we just wanted the, you know, instant entertainment. But I started to research the history of the Gremlins, and immediately there was a lot of Chinese ties and references that started making some very, very logical sense to me. And it started, you know, made sense to the point where I was like, all right, you know what? I remember that part of the movie when he brought this box in here and he called it the Mogwai and the association with that culture. So I started just deep diving. And then I started diving into the movie, but I also started diving into the other correlations with other movies that I watched. And the Mogwai is actually a reference in the Japanese culture. And they are very heavy on energies and entities being a product of destruction, not only to other people, but also to themselves. They self-destruct. So which is the Mogwai's reference. Whenever he gets wet, he multiplies, he magnifies, he goes through this metamorphosis of self-destructing. And he creates another being that also wreaks havoc and causes issues with the community and the society around him. So that was a symbolism in the Chinese culture as far as the Mogwai itself. But it's also believed that the Mogwai was a creature that actually existed. The gremlin was an association that was connected to something completely different. Back in World War II, there was these ideas that there were creatures that would
ride on the planes.
Not even just ride on the planes. They would travel. They were most commonly seen on the planes by fighters. But and they would reference these creatures that were going into their actual jets and planes, and they were just destructive of the planes. So some people believe that these gremlins, as they reference them, were sent by other troops or other military personnel to attack. That was one of the beliefs. But then at the same time, you know, this was more of a, you know, a folklore. This is more of a superstitious type of belief. So the fire jets and the firefighter, not firefighters, but the gentlemen that were flying the planes, they would be in like enemy's territory, and all of a sudden their planes would go down. So they started, planes were going down in these certain depths that their entire engines were torn apart. So they would report that, but when they reported it, their reports were not taken serious. So they were dismissed, and they were basically saying, you know, since you guys lost, that you're trying to make up an excuse why you didn't win the fight, and you're using all of these imaginative type of creative ideas and lies to try to suffice as far as why you guys are no longer in the fight and why you lost the fight. So but they wouldn't believe that. It just kind of went like, dismissed. They didn't want to believe that these things were really happening. So these reports got so strong, and there were so many of them, that there was another movie created. Now, the Gremlins movie was created in the early 1980s. There was another another movie that was created, and it was actually a series. And most of us have seen, Twilight Zone. You guys familiar with the Twilight Zone?
That right.
They have several different episodes, and they talk about several different associations and paranormal encounters and just kind of just eerie happenings and events. So one of these Twilight episodes was basically identical to the testimonies of the fire.
I've seen that episode. Yeah,
it was.
Where it said the Gremlins was in the engine and they were on the side of the plane.
It was in the engine. It was on the outside of the plane. He was mocking him. He was destroying the plane. It was the same association. They just took it and they took that folklore and they turned it into an episode on the Twilight Zone. Before the 1983 Twilight Zone came out, there was a Twilight Zone series prior to that in the 60s.
In the 60s, yep.
Episode, their technology wasn't as advanced. They had, puppets and, all their references and the way that they did their actual series. It wasn't as detailed as the latest one, but the reference and association is still the same. They still had that particular episode and segment where they did the association with the gremlin or the demonic demon that would go onto the plane and start demolishing the plane. So these were real life. They reference them as folklores, but these folklores are conduits, and they are vehicles of information that lead us to what we are watching. And what we don't even realize is basically spoon feeding us truth about things that are going on or have gone on in our world.
Absolutely. I think the Buffalo Bills had a gremlin and they on the sideline.
Doing that? Stop it.
I think it got to Josh Allen. It was a whole gremlin out there.
Oh, hell no. The gremlin went and got Patrick Mahomes.
He did. That's why he's doing rehab right now.
And got him early.
Stop doing that.
That was what's crazy about that story though. Like in aviation, me working in aviation, we blame a lot of stuff when working on gremlins. Hey, like Pam. We still do that. We still blame, what I'm saying? Like, what happened? I don't know. Gremlins. Like, we still do that. It's gremlins in the engine. It's gremlins in this. So working in aviation, working on them planes when I was in the military, well, shit, still now to this day, gremlins, man. Like, if it can't be fixed or if it's something that just happened out of the blue, gremlins. Yeah. Gremlins to this day.
It's a gremlin.
And, you bringing up the World War II fighters, I think it was called the Foo Fighters that flew with like the orbs of light that would fly with them and things of that nature. They called them Foo Fighters. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I said that's pretty interesting that they're still referencing gremlins in context today. That's crazy that they're still, carried over into this, current era.
Yeah.
And I've spoken with, I've spoken about you to Mika because she has a podcast called The Cinematic Nightmares, and I would love for you guys to, you can do it in the private chat too if you want to find out information to try to link up or something. Maybe an episode bring on. I don't know. I'm always about the connection. You know what I mean? I'm always about the connection.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mika, no questions for me? Mika, you ain't got no questions for anything?
I personally want to know what's the most unexplainable thing you've ever personally experienced.
Ooh, that's a good. I've had several unexplainable encounters. Let me see. There was an investigation I did, y'all, and I was in South Carolina. And it was at a house that is one of those Confederate style homes from back in the day. It was owned by a Confederate soldier named William McCorkle. And there was a family that was living in there that reached out to me, and I flew out there to do their investigation. So when I first got to this house, you guys, it was, you could feel like, you feel something wasn't right. You felt there was a lot going on with this property. So as soon as I walk up to the house, I'm starting to see figures in the windows. And, you know, whenever I do an investigation, I tell people, don't tell me all the details, because you don't allow me to create my, you know, you're going to allow me to formulate an off of what you're saying. So don't spoon feed me all the details. So she gave me minimal details. She said that it was just her and her husband living there. So I'm like, okay, well, that's enough for me to know that these other energies shouldn't be in these windows. So when I first went inside of the house, and we're talking in the front foyer, and she's telling me about the history of the house and the land and the prior owners. You know, we're just doing a, you know, basic context conversation. And all of a sudden, there's this giant blue inferno that comes from the floor and goes straight through the ceiling. Some shit stuff. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse.
Right, you cuss. Miss Roberta ain't here. You good?
I was like, what the fuck? And y'all would see this shit on like, you know, like Poltergeist, you know, or Conjuring, when there's like fire or infernos or something like that. This was that shit. So I asked her, I said, what was that? She was like, this happens all the time. I said, so you literally have a blue inferno that goes from your floor and goes straight through your ceiling, and this is the shit you guys are living in every single day. That was one of interesting. I didn't even complete the investigation because I knew that there was some shit going on that I didn't want to be attached to, and that, you know, hey, all I can tell you is you got shit going on. You need to figure out how to get out of the house. So, you know, when I go into any investigation, I'm not going there like a Ghostbuster. I'm not taking that shit with me. It's not, I don't got no pack. I don't have
Look, Marie, if I put up my house and put a third mortgage on, I'm getting plasma. I'm getting ecto packs. I'll go with you.
Marie, me and Dre talked about this prior
about
to
being Ghostbusters.
Shut up. We ain't talking about being no damn Ghostbusters. Shut up.
Oh,
we talked about this. He said that he wanted to do this stuff. He wanted to go with you and do it, and because he's so interested in doing it. And I told him, I said, listen, you don't want to have that. You don't want to have any entity attach itself to you and you take it home. And he was like, he's like, I ain't scared of nothing. And I forgot what he said. He wasn't.
Wild crackheads.
He's scared of he's more scared of wild crackheads.
I told Marie that too. I said I'm more scared of a wild crackhead getting in my car than a gremlin, a ghost, a ghoul, that thing from Stranger Things, Pennywise. I take Pennywise home before I take.
Do better.
Before I do a wild crackhead.
Yeah.
Do you take equipment with you?
Dead, because the living are unpredictable at this point. The dead are a little bit more predictable than the living. So, you know, when I go into any investigation, you know, I go with a clear conscience. You know, I have my own faith and belief system that my own practices and things I do. Because whenever you go into any situation, because energies are everywhere. They in the grocery store. They at the hair salon. You know, they're everywhere. There's no avoiding going into a situation where you're going to be fully protected, because you don't know what you're entering into when you go anywhere around the world just normally. So, but when I'm originally going into a very well-known location, I take my certain things. There's certain things I take with me, but I also have to do a little bit of field work to find out what's going on, just, you know, internally with the property without giving me too many details. But if there's energies or things in there that I feel like is going to be, you know, detrimental to me, I won't take the case. I walk away from many investigations because either the energies that are there or the situation itself was just too volatile. And, you know, I don't want nothing coming home with me, because that is a very true thing, because you can have things attach themselves to you. And depending on your strength, your faith, you know, your belief, your structure, there's a lot of things that can tie into that, because those emotional, your emotional state of mind, your emotional well-being, depending on how strong that is, it can be a vessel. You can become a vessel for these energies. So you have to be very careful. You know, I tell everybody, don't be doing that Ouija board shit. Don't be doing those seances, trying to practice those things, because those things are vehicles. They open gateways and they open portals, and they can bring things over that can attach themselves to you. And, you know, you can't get rid of them, or if you do get rid of them, you know, it's going to take a lot of work to try to cleanse yourself with these things. So, yeah, definitely, you got to be careful with that. So, but no, I'm not getting a jetpack. I'm not getting a storage facility. I'm not taking nobody's ghostly problem anywhere. I'm not that stuff. But I will tell you what you're experiencing when you do have some, you know, paranormal encounters. I'll tell you what the level is. Because I rate them from a level 1 to a level 4. Level 4 is more of like a demonic energy that's been summoned or brought through, you know, as far as like a portal, or maybe it's like a grandma ghost, you know, like a standard ghost, you know, like level 1 or level 2. But I ain't taking it with me. I'm not.
So you don't use any type of gear, no EMF readers, spirit boxes, nothing like that? Do you use any of that stuff?
Yeah, what I usually tell people is, you know, I'm the best piece of equipment because I can feel the energies. But I have EMF readers, I have radiation detectors, I have radars, I have this new thing. It's called the SLS camera. I have that. I love that. It actually picks up the pixelation of an energy that's very similar in form to a human form. So I have SLS cameras. I have all kinds of apps that I use, and then the best proof of evidence, you know, is my eyes. I use my eyes. But yeah, I have a lot of equipment. You said you are coming on an investigation with me, right?
I am. Okay. I am. You think I'm joking?
Hey, Marie, make sure you have all the sage. Cleanse Dre, because he's not gonna want to leave. Like, you're gonna be like, no, I don't want to do this, and then he's gonna be like, nah, man, let's do it. And then you go, yeah. Bring all the sage with you.
All I'm saying is that Six of Truth put it in there. Child supported bitter exes is way more scarier than a. I'd rather have a.
And I get where Marie is coming from as far as like entities and seeing things and knowing. I mean, from a horror movie perspective, we see it, right? You know, you see when the entities attach themselves to children or to the, you know, to the people that don't believe and don't have faith, right? Because that's what they feed off of, right? They feed off the innocence of children. They feed off people who don't have a strong belief in God. And you know, and like for you, I know this is nothing to play with. Like this is serious business, because you could ultimately have something attached to you that could come home with you and ultimately like mess up your life, because it, like you said, it's hard to get rid of it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, like in any situation, I tell people you need to align yourself with your faith, whatever that denomination is, whatever it is you truly believe in. You got to have something to believe in, because, you know, mostly people are geared in life towards belief of something and striding towards a faithful destination. We all are motivated by our faith. So when you go in there and you're just associating yourself, and you're just a weak vessel, and you don't have any type of faith or direction, spiritual guidance, or a compass of spiritual guidance, you're more vulnerable and susceptible to becoming a victim of being what is the word I'm looking for? When they have to exercise you, you know, you're more susceptible to that stuff. You know, when you don't have an alignment. So it's a very, you know, people are just like, how you get into this? You black, you know.
That don't matter.
And it's
yeah, that shouldn't matter.
Black people in this industry. I've met some amazing black individuals. It's not heavily populated, saturated with black people. I did meet 3 other amazing black women from diverse backgrounds. They're all unique and special. And we are actually in the process of putting a series together called Supernatural Sisters, to show people that there are actually black people in this particular field of study, and that are fearless and strong, and that can also be researchers and remove all these stigmas that we got on us about black people being, you know, afraid and fearful of all these different types of energies and things like that. So we're bonding together, and I'm putting a series together for these young ladies. And, you know, we're working on it probably towards the end of this year to start actually filming. But we're going to go around to different locations and you know, as Black women, because there's not a lot of Black women. There's 3 Black guys that are, and I don't know if you guys ever heard of Ghost Brothers.
Ghost Brothers, yeah.
With Dalen Spratt and
on Travel.
But yeah, the Ghost Brothers, they're 3 Black guys, and they go and they investigate all across the world, and you know, they develop a lot of notoriety for their investigations. They're more on the comical side, which I love them, and I've worked with them before. They're more on the comical side, you know, because they usually Black people in some kind of scary film or setting. It's always a comical type of response that you get. It's always a comedy. So
see, that's what Mika waiting for me. She waiting for me to go in there, something get me, ah! And then I come running out. My arms was flailing. But like I see, I told you.
He's the first one to go in the horror movie.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You the first one to go. I don't know who
bet
told you that. Otherwise,
I bet you I won't be.
I bet you the first one to go.
I bet you I won't. Sorry, we acting a fool in front of guests. You said what?
I really want to see how this unfolds. I want to get out with me. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
okay?
no. So okay, so I remember going through Kentucky and going to Tennessee. I was going to Nashville, and I remember riding through this area. And I'm not gonna lie, you just feel the spirit. It's just these wooded areas, these real tall trees, and it all start looking alike to me. You know what I mean? But I felt the spirit, like almost like the spirit of our ancestors, and I was like, I know some people got lynched over here. It just feels like, you know, you can feel this heavy spirit. I went to with my ex when I was married. I went to a plantation in Missouri. Because it was a wedding, is a place where you get married at, but it was built on a plantation, and did not know that until, you know, we got there, and I'm like, this is a former plantation, because I felt something. I was like, this don't feel lovey. I was like, this feel weird. It come to find out, I was right. It was built on a plantation in northern Missouri, and I was like, oh hell no, Nope, getting up out of here. You ain't gonna have one of my ancestors was like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, nope. We gone. So I do understand. Yeah. I just want to go. I want to experience it. And I got my other camera right here. So oh boy. I'm just saying. No, spirits, I'm gonna film my experience.
You're ready. Look, you got your camera and everything. So, you know, me and Dre are talking about doing an investigation at a recording studio here in Kansas City. I've done investigations at Fox 4 Studio. I've done them at hospitals. I've done them
you was on the news for that. Yeah, I forgot you were on Fox 4 News for that.
Yep, I was on Fox 4. I actually did the investigation in the basement of the Fox 4 News studio. I've done them at barbershops, hair salons. You know, I don't have any restrictions on where I go. And that's the thing. Some people always associate these encounters with, you know, the stereotypes. House. Yeah, like the gigantic, you know, historian style spooky houses from back in the day with a wraparound porch. You know, they always associate that kind of, you know, experiences with big basements. It ain't like that. You know, the house we lived in was barely 1,000 square feet. It was small. It was flat. You know, we didn't have no basement. It was 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. It was small. So, but we had attic poltergeist type of experiences in that house. And there's been other people that have lived in that same very house that have had experience as well. That is currently vacant right now. Yeah, there's been dozens of families that have moved in and moved out. So, but yeah, we're gonna see how this investigation goes. I think you're gonna be fine though. I think
I'll be okay. Me can think I'm gonna die in a horror film. I'm gonna write it and I'm gonna live.
If you write it, obviously you're gonna live. You know what?
Yeah. Why would I come into somebody else's project just to die?
Alexa, play Slow Motion by Trey Songz.
What have you recorded on your your SLS camera, or do you use like dowsing rods and all that other stuff too?
Yeah, there's certain situations where I use a dowsing rod. I have a couple of sets of those, but you know, if I'm in certain types of buildings and structures, I'll take certain types of equipment depending on what they're going through. Dowsing rods is something that they used back in the day when they wanted to detect like water and wells.
Water, yeah.
But they also picked up a different kind of energy as well. But you know, mostly all these forms and beings and ghosts, they're all energy. You know, they're just different levels. Some can, you know, be shapeshifters and be manipulative and have physical, you know, have the ability to physically. The ones that don't have that much energy to where they're just more of an active and present spirit or ghost or what religion, you know, whatever you want to title them. But you know, they're just energies in my reference.
Yep.
But
that's what I call it.
Yeah, I just call them energy. I call them spirit ghosts because it's associated with a specific religion. So, and I try not to teeter on that when I'm dealing with people because it's a very sensitive conversation.
Right. Have you come across anything malevolent? Like anything that's physically touched you or caused any harm or anything like that?
Yes, I have. And like I said, when I know that they're a level 4 type of energy, I don't stay. I leave. I get out of there because again, you know, some of them energies might be tied to that location, but you know, if they're physically touching you and harming you, you stay there longer. What else you think they're gonna do to you? You know, They can have encounter with you, so you got to break free from that. But yeah, I've encountered those type of energies, and yeah, and all I can tell people is, listen, I'm not a ghostbuster. I'm not taking them with me. I'm sorry, I'm not here to rid you of your problem, but I'm here to tell you that at this level, something going on from this range. This is what you're experiencing. Whatever your faith is, if you want to sage, if you believe in that, right ahead, if that's what you believe in. But I'm not here to take it with me. It's not going home with me. Sorry.
You got to say something silly. Go ahead, Dre.
I ain't do nothing. You're just standing here.
I saw your lips getting ready to say something stupid. I felt it in my spirit.
I'm over here getting excited. I'm like, that sounds cool.
You playing?
No, I'm not. I just think that sounds cool because I've watched.
We gonna be on a Blurred AF one day and his head gonna spin. I'm like,
yeah. If I come back,
log off.
If I come back and I say my name is Vince Corthrow, and then you know what's up going on.
You're gonna be like, my name's not Dre.
Like his ear, and then you're gonna see it come out the eye.
Right. He gonna get on here and be like, my name's not Dre, and I'm like, yep, log off. I don't. No, I'm not playing with you. Stop playing. Marie,
I'm the key master.
Has there been any experience that made you just want to stop investigating for a while? Like anything that may have just shook you to your core and you were just like, you know what? Let me just take a step back for a minute.
I have not encountered that yet. I haven't.
You will with Dre.
What? I'm my punching bag. I didn't do anything.
I hope you don't make me stumble into some stuff that I'll be like, oh, I can't do this. Or Dre, thank you so much. You're ruining it for me. No, hopefully I don't have that. But you know, there's been some very serious encounters that I've had, and there's been serious encounters that people I work with that I've had, but nothing that made me want to. It actually find out more to help people. You know, most of the time people just want to know that they're not crazy. You know, I can't get rid of your problem, but I can at least corroborate what you're experiencing and letting you know what level it's on. You know, they just don't want to know. They just want to know that they're not alone in what they're experiencing. And now, if there's certain resources and things that I can refer them, because I do have certain people that I can refer you to, depending on your belief structure, your religious denomination, and everything. I can refer you to certain individuals. But again, I'm not there to take it away for you, and I'm sorry about that. But I'm not there to rid you of what you're experiencing. But yeah, nothing that has shaken me to the core to where I'm gonna be like, nah, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. Nah. It's just
so Marie, when is your next recording that you're gonna be putting up?
I'm actually gonna be putting it up. Well, because there's different. Are you talking about my reviews of movies and all that stuff? Or are you talking
Well,
about
that would you or the in the paranormal investigating. And so when is the next video for that coming too?
So that's going to be after I do the investigation at the recording studio. I'm going to put that.
Okay.
One. Yeah, that'll be my next one. That's going to be an interesting one because this recording studio is pretty popular in Kansas City. So to know that they got all this going on. Woo-wee.
So again, if I come back Monday, because I'm coming, I come back Monday, and they ask me if I'm a god, and I say yes, and then you already know. You already know. They got me.
They got you. Well, yeah. You know what? You're gonna be good. You don't do nothing crazy.
I'm gonna just be there in the moment.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't be trying to antagonize nothing. And like I had some.
How would you attack? For one, Mika, don't look at me like that. You act like I'm gonna go down there and be like,
you literally will. You be like, hey, Mr. Ghost, I'm here. Like he will literally, like I'm telling you, Marie, you're going to have to keep him on a leash. I'm a Ghostbuster. I'm here to bust ghosts.
No.
Who you gonna call? Me.
But if I did see something floating, I would go up there and try to start
exactly
because I want to see if it's real.
Yeah,
or am I tripping?
That's the basis of investigating. So that's nothing that's gonna be too serious and out of whack. I've had some people literally antagonize the ghost or the energies and be like, "Come out here and fight me." Just weird.
I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that.
And you know, these energy forms, they're receptive to our responses and our messages. So you know, if you inviting it into a certain element of your life, it's gonna enter. So, but yeah, I've had some people antagonize, and it was just horrible. I had to cancel a whole investigation because I went out with some KU students, and you know, they're students, they're kids, so you know, they just gonna be who they are. So we were out. Were just running around the venue and antagonizing the ghosts, antagonizing the energies, and saying, "Come get me, bite me on my." And I was just like, "Oh, you know what? Nah, we canceling this KU. We're not doing it. It's over. It's done." So you know, I've had some silly people go on investigations with me, but I think it'd be good. I think we'll do fine.
Nah, he better be just like Six said. He gonna be like Shorty from Scary Movie 2.
No, yes. Marie been knowing me for a long time. I'm not stupid. If I go in there and it get real, it get real, I'm out. I'm out. It ain't no sticking around. It ain't none of that. Hey, let's go. No, let's go outside. Hell, let's get in the car and let's go.
No, you're not.
Follow me. Don't look back. Don't turn sideways. Just follow me. If I be like, all right, let's go. Drop everything.
And
get the fuck up out of there.
If I start screaming, all of that, then you know. And then she's gonna film. She's gonna take the video and record this, and you're gonna see my black ass out there gone. Right?
You're gonna become a clip.
Like, yeah, I will become.
And then you go viral.
Yes.
They're
like, that motherfucker's scared. Look at him.
Great.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think
what's the worst place you've ever been, or what's the scariest? I would say, like, or have you done any like famous places?
Ooh, like that overlook.
I did quite. I did the lighthouse out in Florida. That was pretty interesting. And I did the that boat that's out there in California. What did they call that thing? The Hail Mary. I did that one. It didn't have a lot of activity in that one. I've done quite a few commercialized locations. Okay. But to answer your question, one that was the creepiest was a location in Independence, Missouri. And it was a game room where they played video games and arcade games. So they were having some paranormal encounters down there. So they have like this boiler room that's like beneath the building. So you have to literally climb down this concrete base to get to this area where their boiler and furnace and all that stuff is. And it looks so decrepit. It's like a sewer. You got sewer rats down there. Like it looks like some crap that you would see on a movie. So we're down there, we got on these boots and stuff, so that way we don't get all this sludge all over our legs. And then there's a whole tunnel, a long tunnel that we had to literally crawl through. Like we're kneeling down and we're going through this tunnel, and then we're just seeing stuff going back and forth from side to side all the way at the end of the tunnel. It was creepy because you really don't have an exit point to get out of that side. Once you go into the other side, you can't get out unless you go backwards, but you got a camera crew behind you. You got other people behind you. So you're literally stranded in the center. But that one was really, really creepy. We saw some skeletons down there too. We saw a couple skeletons. So they had some people come in and investigate that because they weren't aware that there was deceased individuals in that area. So, but yeah, cover the people because I guess where it's blocked off at, nobody really goes. They just go over to do the maintenance on the other side. So nobody really knows about all these little crevices and stuff in this building. But we did find some skeletons in there. But that was pretty creepy. That one was pretty creepy. And there's a location out here. You ever heard of the Belvoir Winery? It's out in like Liberty. It's got like it's a winery up there.
I heard, but they're not from here. We got South Carolina and we got Jacksonville, Florida in here. So they're not in Kansas City. But yeah. There's a couple wineries that I've been to, but I haven't been to the one in Liberty before. I haven't been to that one.
Yeah, the one that's in Liberty, Missouri, if you ever check it out, it's called Belvoir Winery. It used to be an old folks home, and it also used to be an orphanage. And it used to have a hospital, and then they used to have a school, and then it used to have like a nursery. It had a bunch of stuff back in the day. They have a cemetery right on the right side, on the south side of it, just for the orphans that were buried. They have a kids cemetery. They have an adult cemetery on the opposite side. And then the buildings,
Well, what's the name of it again? Because this sounds like I might have saw it on like Ghost Hunters or something like that. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was on Ghost Hunters. Belvoir, OIR, Belvoir. Yeah, the Ghost Hunters, they did come out and investigate it. And I did an investigation there. I did an investigation with Ghost Brothers too. We did an investigation out there. But yeah, it's pretty scary. They got like 5 different buildings, and there's only one building that's standing, and the other buildings are all destroyed and ruined. The hospital's ruined. All of it is just collapsing. It's pretty bad, but it's a lot of history and creepiness out there in that section. And I think they still host paranormal investigations out there annually too. So if you ever want to go out there, you can. They host them out there too. But that's one dope spot. Yes.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, all right. Did you guys? Because I know that you only had a certain amount of time with us, so we're gonna try to get you out of here. I always call Marie like the Jackson that y'all didn't see. You got Reby, you got Janet. I've been calling this for years. So if we go out, if we go investigate, and it start looking like Thriller, I'm about to start dancing. I don't care what y'all say. I'm like, can we just get a dance routine real quick? Before...
Alicia,
leave him.
I'm not doing this with Jerry today. I'm not doing this with Jerry today. No, I'm not doing this with Jerry today. No, not today. Not today. Nope.
He seemed like he found his tribe. Just leave him.
So I can't go out there. So I can't go out there like Beat Street. What about
Nope. As soon as he start dancing, be like,
that's gonna be my cue.
What if they want to?
That's gonna be my cue.
Yeah.
When you break dancing or Michael Jackson moonwalking. Okay.
Or do it.
Okay.
He gonna be like, come dance with me, and I'm gonna be halfway down the street when he asks you that, when he tell you that. Okay. Send him a text message. Be like, I'm already gone. I'm in the car.
I'm gonna become her. Go behind her shoulder. Be like, what?
It's funny Thriller because I had I threw a whole Halloween paranormal party down in the West Bottoms. It's a section here. It's an area here in Kansas City, and it's a very old area with a lot of industrial buildings. So the West Bottoms has this event space that's also haunted, and they also have a bunch of haunted houses that are staged.
Yep. The haunted houses down in the bottoms.
Yeah, that's all they have. All the haunted houses, just haunted houses, and then they have actual haunted locations down there. So I threw this big paranormal Halloween party down in the at this venue, and they actually performed. The people that I brought on, my actors, the Purcell Performing Arts students, I had 10 of them come out and they did the whole dance down there at the venue. And then it was so crazy because it ended up getting on ESPN, like a snippet of my show, and the event ended up on ESPN, but they did the whole Thriller dance and they were just freaking amazing. So if you start doing the Thriller dance, that is a key.
If they ask me, I shall do.
Leave him where he stands.
It's torture. Ooh.
Yeah, you got to leave him. Leave him.
Remember we was talking about him antagonizing spirits?
Yeah. if I come down here, Marlon, he said, doing the body roll like Marlon.
Leave him.
The spirits say,
leave. Right. The spirits tell you to leave him. Leave.
Hold on, wait a minute. What if the spirit tells me to move? You know what I'm saying? You know when the spirit moves you?
Marie, when they tell him to move, you leave.
leave him.
So you're moving on. Because that's where I'm gonna be going. I'm gonna be on my way out. Keep moonwalking towards the door if you can, because I'll be on the other side.
Exactly.
Oh,
you playing?
That might be a fun. Hey, look, you turn around, it might be a fun episode. Is all I'm saying. You might watch it, come back. It might be a great episode. Because I'm all about entertainment, so that's what I'm all about. Uh-oh, what's that in here? Uh-oh, they in here. That's my kids up top. Nah. All right. We're gonna get you up out of here. Can you please tell the people in the chat where they can find you at, social media, all of that, and give you a plug.
Absolutely. So on Instagram, it's Ghostlink TV, or Ghostlink Productions is the production company that I'm developing for all my encounters and my events and things. So you can find me under Ghostlink Productions. Paranormal Impact is for my podcast, so you want to tap in to some stories. Paranormal Impact or TV or Ghostlink Productions is how you can find me. Or Marie Jackson. Marie Jackson too. Marie Jackson, Kansas City.
And then I'll put your a link to you, because you have a YouTube channel too, right?
Yes, yeah, I got 2 of them.
Yeah. So make sure to send me that so I can put that link in the description after the show, so they could be able to get in contact, to go ahead and support your show on YouTube also.
That's dope. Absolutely. I sure will.
Marie, of course, I thank you. You know what I'm saying, for coming up. This is the first time you've been on my show, or been on a show of mine, not my show, because this is our show. Because I don't want to get beat up.
I fight.
You see Mika's fingers? Torture. It was like who show? But yeah, coming on one of the shows that I'm on. So I really appreciate it, and thank you so very much for your time and telling us your story. And I will put in that third mortgage. I'm buying I'm buying a firehouse.
All right.
I'm getting the storage facility.
Who? You gonna get a firehouse so you can slide down the pole?
And I'm gonna put my feet up when I do it.
Wow.
I don't care what y'all say.
Number 3 for 226.
So Marie, we thank you. We thank you. I know she gotta go. We thank you coming on, kicking it with us. So I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It was fun, and I appreciate talking to you guys about everything. So hopefully I can come back on again.
Oh, most definitely. We'll be I'll be hollering at you soon though, because we gotta talk.
Okay.
All right. Bye, y'all. All righty. I wish we had a commercial break to go to, because that was good. That was good. I'm mad at y'all. Why y'all be hating? I'm gonna go out there I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see
wait.
the paranormal activity going on, and I'm gonna be like reaching now, boom,
and you gonna take that spirit home with you.
Crossing nighttime.
Yep. That spirit's gonna be behind you that spirit gonna be behind you every single time you podcast. We're gonna be like, hey, your light is flickering.
And you know what I'm gonna play? Every little step I take. You will be there. Every little step I take. We'll be together. No. I'm gonna do my shoulders like this.
No. Whatever, something gonna follow Dre home. He ain't even gonna know it.
Right, Pam. You seen that? You peeped that? I peeped it too. Mm-hmm.
What? Did I get excited? What? Did I get excited that I want to do paranormal activity? I've been Marie
Six hit the head, nail on the head too. Come on, Six. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. Speak your truth.
I want to go investigate. I want to see
sure.
what's really real.
We know.
We know
what's really real.
Get that investigation on.
That's the period y'all coming to life to co-host the Dre Mack Show. Oh, I really want to do. Ever since she started doing that, I'm like, I thought that was like super interesting, because sometimes like when you see stuff like that, you be like, is it real or is it just entertainment? Like you watch Ghost Brothers or you watch what was the other guys, the white guys it's Ghost Hunters. Sometimes you be watching that and you be like, man, that ain't real. But then when you have somebody that I've been knowing Marie, like I said, for 15 years, I've been knowing her forever. When she started doing it, I'm like, I just want to go. I want to see how real it is. You know what I'm saying? And I get excited about stuff like that. I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't jump out. I
is a liar.
Now I don't swim. I don't jump out no airplanes, but I will go investigate a ghost. I will go investigate some paranormal activity. I'd rather
bungee jump.
I won't. So that's why I'm excited. Pam, y'all be putting stuff in the atmosphere. The devil is a liar and a deceiver. The spirit is not in it. That ain't your words. That's the church.
Is my words.
It's the church's word.
Them is my words.
That's Miss Roberta's
word. Better.
You just be careful out there, Dre. I did do
exactly.
the
don't bring no shit home.
Lighthouse in St. Augustine. I think that's what she was talking about. I did that. The Powerhouse in Savannah. That's a go. I probably should have asked her about has she been to that on the Powerhouse in
Savannah.
She
should do the fort in St. Augustine.
Yep, the fort.
I know it's all kinds of spirits running up in there. Yeah. I don't know how many times I've been to the fort in St. Augustine and felt something touch me on my shoulder in one of those cats like in the cave. Well, I ain't gonna say it's a cave, but basically like in the little tombs and stuff. Yeah. In the jails and stuff. And then the fort in St. Augustine is haunted, y'all.
The way you said it, what is it?
This is haunted. I'll be on Haunted House 3. Y'all, all
right, Pam, we here.
Pam here, Pam. See, Pam, you first of all, you two over here making stuff up.
Making nothing up.
Not all the molars, all the molars, Pam. All the
molars, all 32.
I love it.
No,
I saw his caps.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Drake got
this one. Guess it's the same. No, I ain't got no silver cap. It's the same color as my tooth. It's the same color as my tooth in the back. No.
There's a ship in North Carolina out in Wilmington. That place haunted. That place is haunted too. Because I've been in there before too, and you could feel them in there. Like,
I still think the when I went past that place in Kentucky, we're just driving past, and it was on both sides. It was a long highway before you get, I think, to the main highway to get to Tennessee. And that strip, all you see is these trees, and all I kept feeling, and this is the God's honest truth. And I started to see visions of our people hanging, and I was like, I know slaves went through here and got caught up, and they in them, you know what I'm saying? They got caught up in them trees. I know they did. Just the feeling that I got, You know what I'm saying? And then lo and behold, I'm seeing that Confederate flag down when I was coming down that street, big old Confederate flag. I was like, I knew I wasn't tripping. I knew I wasn't tripping. So I was like, let's get up out of here.
75 heading to Florida or in Florida on 75 because it's a giant Confederate flag.
Man, there's one on 95 going through Georgia.
It's just
Kentucky wild though. Kentucky, I can see you getting that feeling in Kentucky. I lived in Fort Knox area, and we used to run out in the woods.
Oh, somebody else? I see all your teeth, Mika.
No, you don't. You see my top teeth.
Yeah, I see teeth.
See my top teeth. That's what you see. But I said I peep your comment, Q.
Oh.
Every little step I take.
Oh,
but have you subscribed to my channel? Let's start there.
Pay admission to the earlies.
I know he has. He's commented on stuff.
But yeah, man, that was dope.
It's a lot of places that are. I appreciate it. Shut up, Blue. Shut up, Blue.
I ain't say that.
But no, there's a lot of places that are haunted like that, and I'm not a paranormal enthusiast or whatever, but I do there have been places that I have been to where it didn't sit right in my spirit, you know, you can feel that there's something in there that's like, I don't know why you here, but I'm gonna need you to go, you know. And I mean, I've been to this ship in Wilmington and went all the way down to the bottom and was like, I told my friend, I was like, hey, we shouldn't be in here right now. Like, we gotta go. We gotta go. Cause you know, something don't feel right. Like it's not even the fact like the temperature drops or it gets cold or anything. You just know, like it just feels weird after a while. So that's why I don't go to plantations. I don't go
plantations are wild. I'm not.
I don't go to plantations or anything like that.
Wild.
And also, somebody mentioned going to Civil War places. You feel it there too. Like, I mean, I went to Antietam, and I think I'm saying that correct. And we went to all these different battle spots, and there was one particular spot that we went to, and it used to be a cornfield. And the cornfield was taller than most people, right? And in this cornfield, there was a battle that took place, and they took out a whole bunch of soldiers in that cornfield.
Yeah.
When we walked up on it, the energy shift for me, and I was just like, "Yo,
I'm surprised you haven't been to Gettysburg."
Nah, I haven't. No.
Yeah,
No. We did go to Gettysburg. Yeah, we went to Gettysburg, but I didn't. I had just became a instructor for officer candidate school, and basically they told me that they're going to go to all these different places in Gettysburg, and it's really not for us. It's really for the students. Yeah. So, but we did go out. We did go out there to go pick up some of the cadre or whatever. And when we went out there, I was like, y'all, I'm not feeling this. Like, can we go back to the hotel? Because
you feel it in Gettysburg.
I feel like somebody gonna be latching it, coming home with me like the ghost in Disney World. I ain't about that life.
What was that movie where the ghost? What's that ghost? He got on the train and he was yelling at him.
Yeah.
And he was looking around like, what's going on? You can see me? Yeah, that's what, like, imagine something like that. You hop on the train. Not that you're a ghost, but you know, you hop on the train and you can see this ghost, and this ghost is just yelling at you.
Yeah.
That's
why I try not to, like, because I know like I be feeling physical presences and stuff like that. No, that's why I don't play with Ouija boards. I don't do none of that stuff. Like,
so when Bone Thugs and Harmony came on, you just threw the tape out the window. Mr. Ouija, are you with me?
Listen, well, I mean, obviously they weren't playing with a real Ouija board at the time, but the songs.
Mr. Ouija.
Honestly, we played like my mom. My mom played with. She had a Ouija board. We had a Ouija board in the house, and she wanted to. She was like, "Oh, I want to talk to my dad," and so like me, my mom, and my sister like played with the Ouija board, and then she told us like, "Don't ever play with this when I'm not home." And we was like, obviously we kids, and we don't. We was like, we're gonna do it, and so we was like, "Oh, we want to." By then, Tupac had died, and so we was like, "We want to talk to Tupac," and he said some man threw that damn Ouija board across the room. No,
it was faux pot.
Faux pot.
No.
Yeah, you got to be careful with stuff like that, man. Whether it's ghosts, other entities, whatever, you never really, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's really explained, but it's wild. It's wild. Yeah. Let's get into these favorite movies based on
real life events. Yeah. And I wanted to do that because I knew she was talking about she talked about Gremlins, which I kind of already knew, so you know, that similar information, but I wanted her perspective as far as that. I knew similar information, especially, you know, when you start talking about Six of Truth is wild. Rest in peace, Tupac. Will episode of Chappelle. But I knew about the Gremlins from that episode of the Twilight Zone. You know, I did hear about the planes and stuff like that. I heard about that on a World War II documentary. You know what I mean? They were talking about that. You know what I mean? But the Chinese, you know, the mythology to that, you know what I'm saying, was a little more interesting. I've heard a little bit of that, but the way she talked about that, and I thought that was cool. But what are some other movies that's literally like based on like, you know, similar events or truer events that you guys liked?
I mean, the whole Conjuring series is based off Ed and Lorraine and Warren's cases. It's that, and I see everybody keep putting the Amityville Horror. So the Amityville Horror is a quote unquote true story because it's never been proven that anything that happened in the Amityville Horror actually took place. And actually, I think I read somewhere like the Lutz family claimed that there was paranormal activity there, but in reality, there has never been any paranormal activity in the Amityville house. Matter of fact, somebody is currently living in the Amityville house and says that they have never experienced any paranormal activity since they've been living there. So Amityville is loosely based off what the Lutz family experienced, quote unquote experienced. But
they had something going on with them though, right?
Yeah, it's been debunked that the Amityville Horror was based on a true story. Now, did the murders occur? That happened.
But I thought that was because like one of them was crazy, or they had
the son claimed to be hearing voices, hearing demonic voices, and it caused him to kill his family. But the Lutz family made everything up. Basically, that's what the story is that the Lutz family made everything
up. I'll give you something that's actually more recent. Stranger Things. Stranger Things is based off the Montauk Project. If you ever heard of that, the Montauk Project out in Montauk, New York, which is where the government was taking these kids. They were doing experiments on these kids and having them actually open up portals to the other side or other dimensions or whatever. And actually, if you look up the Montauk Monster, there was like this beast that was on the beach that was dead or whatever. So I'm guessing that's where you get the Demogorgons and all that loosely based off of. So that's what that's a dope story if you want to look into that, the Montauk experiments or the Montauk Project and the Montauk Beast. So I would say that. Oh, go ahead.
There's a movie called The Sacrament.
Okay.
And it's based on the Jonestown Massacre. So if you've never seen that, go see that. I watched it. It's a found footage horror movie. Definitely go check that one out.
Jones. Well, how much? That's not Jim Jones, is it? Yeah. What am I thinking something? Is Jim Jones?
Jim Jones.
Okay.
Yep. And the Jonestown Massacre. Yep.
Okay. I don't know why
that one was inspired by it was inspired by the Jonestown Massacre. I mean, it's basically everything that happened. I mean, obviously we don't know exactly everything that happened during the Jonestown Massacre because they basically took out everybody, right?
Yeah.
But this movie it hits the nail on the head. Another one is Wolf Creek. I don't know if y'all ever seen that one.
I heard Wolf Creek.
It was inspired by the Australian serial killer. Two Australian serial killers. It took place in Australia, obviously.
That was a good movie.
Hey, look, that's that sequel though.
The scene, what were they? Was that a barn they was in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that I love that. That was.
Yeah. So Wolf Creek, check that one out.
I didn't see the sequel though. I'm trying to think another one.
I mean, in some of these, it's saying that Child's Play was based on real life events.
Okay, who was
But I'm trying to find it.
The Cabbage Patch doll that talked.
I don't think the doll part. I think probably the they're talking about
my buddy.
Yeah, my
buddy didn't talk.
You don't know that.
It didn't. I had one. I had my buddy and a kid sister.
Kid sister. I'm about to. Yeah,
Open Water. I saw somebody put that. Who put that? Wavy.
Yeah, Open Water is based on a true story as well too.
And just watch the first. The second one you might be able to get away with. That
don't watch that third one though.
Don't even go near it.
What movie is that?
Open Water.
Oh,
but Mika, what was more stupid, the second one or the third? Like in actual, like on real, like if I told you that some people died because they couldn't get back on their boat.
That's the third one, right? That was the third one.
The second one is because they couldn't get back on the boat.
No, I thought the third one was when they didn't drop the ladder and they just jumped off the boat.
No, that's the second one.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the second one because how the hell do you jump off the boat and forget to put down the ladder? You deserve to be ate by sharks.
Yeah.
You deserve to be lost in the ocean.
That's what I would say the second one had to been like, it would have been like, get the fuck out of here. But you know what? That would be believable though. I would believe that third one, a rogue tsunami can't, you know, never mind.
And knock their boat over.
Yeah.
Give me more.
I'm not even gonna do it. Not even about to do it.
And
it was like on some like found footage. I'm not even doing it.
There is another movie. There's what is it?
Ooh, this is a good one. Fire in the Sky. Have y'all seen that? Fire in the Sky about the alien abduction.
They got Nightmare on Elm Street on here too, which we already know because Wes Craven said he based that off the Philippines. A person that said they were dying in their sleep. It was a study about people. There was an article about some Filipino people that were dying in their sleep from bad dreams. So he based that Freddy Krueger the lore for that off of that. So I knew that.
Shout out to Sean for mentioning Scream because a lot of people do not know that Scream is loosely based off of the Gainesville murders.
For real?
Oh yeah, it is based.
Oh yeah, it says after catching wind of the horrific Gainesville murders, which took place back in August of 1990. Screenwriter Kevin Williamson couldn't shake the idea that there was a knife-wielding serial killer after him, so he transformed his angst into a blockbuster screenplay.
Yep. Shout out to Sean for that, because a lot of people don't know that Scream is based.
I didn't know that.
Based off of actual serial killer.
Yep. Yep. Oh, Sean on it. He the one who said Fire in the Sky. Philadelphia Experiment. Have y'all saw that? Philadelphia Experiment. That's a good one. That's based off the Navy boat that was trying to do what it is. shit. What was the experiment they was trying to do? Basically, they was trying to do what Goku do when he touches his head. Instant transmission.
Oh yeah,
and
instant transmission.
Yeah, they was trying to move the ship that way, and they did it. And when the ship came back, they found the ship, and it was people like stuck in the wall and all of that stuff like that. It was crazy. You know, that's what they say out. But yeah, the Duffy experiment is one.
Torian just dropped. What's up, American Ninja Girl? Torian, what's up, Tina? We didn't shout anybody out because I want to, because she told me she didn't have that much time with Marie. So Torian dropped a $20 super chat. Kevin Williamson also named the movie Scream after the Michael and Janet song. Originally it was called Scary Movie, but it didn't stick. But years later, the Wayans would get the title and turn into a franchise. It turned to a franchise now. That's dope. That's dope. And then thank you so very much for that super chat. Let me get that super chat hook up real quick, and then we're gonna come back and talk about that. Let's go.
Gang bang. Gang bang. Gang bang.
You are truly amazing.
Gang
Thank you for your super chat.
Gang bang. Gang bang.
All right, thank you, Torian, for that. I did not know it was named after. It was named after Michael Jackson's song because it makes me want to scream. Where's the torture? Do I need to make Torture the movie? That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna name my main character Marlon. And every time he kills somebody, we're like,
nope.
You know, Body Roll was there, and I was like, you know, I ain't gonna do it. Looking at Mika's face right now.
Nope. You got it, brother.
So I can't make the Marlon Wayans. I can't make the Marlon Jackson horror film called Torture. We just go body rolling people to death.
You got it. You got it.
I'll make it. Look, I'll make it, Cash. Y'all in it, and we're gonna put it on Tubi.
I will secure funding for it. We'll make it happen, man.
Look, hey, that might be y'all sleep. It might be dope. You go on Tubi one night, you be like, is that dude Marlon Jackson? Why is he body rolling?
Is he body rolling people to death?
Every time he sounds somebody, he just doom. I use that as a cue when you know he's getting ready to kill somebody. You're doom. And then after he's done, cause I just want your body. Mika, you not laughing.
I'm really not.
You are a hater.
What about Godzilla being based off of the bombing of Hiroshima and
Nagasaki?
Yeah. Oh, Godzilla.
What is that? What was that? I mean, Godzilla is based on Yeah,
it was just, I think it was what it was, the fear.
It was the because remember all of those people that actually had the radiation that was dying and different things like that, the fear of an attack, and that's what Godzilla represents, the fear of the attack.
Yeah,
Gojira, which is, I mean, they, you know, of course they had, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street on here. I didn't see what they were talking about as far as like, because I was searching for, like, they said the people was putting Child's Play. I'm like, what is Child?
But there's a difference between a movie that is a true story and then a story that is loosely based on a true story, right? Mm. So, like in the case of Silence of the Lambs, it's because they got real life inspirations from Ed Gein, Ted Bundy. They actually went and found serial killers to make Buffalo Bill. But there's no true case of anyone like a Hannibal Lecter for them to be like, we're making a movie based off that. Versus like a Scream that was based off of actual events that actually happened. He just took that story and flipped it. You know, so that, I mean, obviously, as in respect to the victims of the Gainesville massacre, right? But there's always that difference. And then there's also when people, they're like, oh, obviously there are movies about serial killers. Yes, we know these serial killers exist, but we're talking about the fictional stories, right?
Not like the
story,
documentary, like Monster being based off of, what was her name?
What's her name? I forgot her name, but yeah, Monster. That and I think Charlize Theron had to gain all that weight and all of that to play that female serial killer or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, that's a wild movie. That's a wild movie. And I actually seen her story on True what is it? True TV, True IDTV, or one of those, True TV. Yeah, I seen her actual story. So yeah.
I mean, they say she was doing that to like stand up for the local prostitutes in the area who was getting, because they was getting killed. So she started killing the actual John.
Yeah.
So it's a wild story. That is a wild story.
She was a real life Robin.
Yeah,
she wasn't robbing the rich.
She's robbing your
like,
body.
Hollywood.
Now, what if she would have? Now, what if she would have Bollywood? Now, what if she would have? What if she would have body roll while she was doing that?
Nah,
would you watch? Okay,
she might have did body roll on one of them. Who knows? But Hollywood Land was the Black Dahlia murders, right? That was based off the Black Dahlia murders. Hollywood Land.
I want to say yes.
Mothman Prophecy.
Yeah, I'm looking at IMDb's like list of movies that's loosely based on true stories or based on true stories like the Ted Bundy story and stuff like that. But
Jaws is a good one, because if you look up that Jaws, I think it was a bull shark that had came into
and bull sharks are more
and
bull sharks are the more aggressive, the most aggressive shark in the whole free world. Them things would attack anything. So
trash cans is what they said. They are walking trash cans.
Yeah, they bite anything.
But they also are, one of the type of sharks that could come into swim into fresh water.
Salt and fresh water. Yeah, them bastards swim upstream too. In the river.
I think they say they saw them as high as Illinois.
Something like that, yeah. I watched the whole documentary. I love nature. I watched a whole documentary on damn bull sharks because it was debunking the Jaws theory. You know what I mean? With the great whites, the tiger sharks was just shark. It was during Shark Week. Yeah. And it was debunking the Jaws theory, and it was like it's actually the bull shark is the most aggressive shark. They just bite anything.
Yep.
So they said, have we seen Hollywood? What is it? Have you seen the trailer for Hugh Jackman's Death of Robin Hood?
I have.
I've seen it. I just didn't pay attention to it. I'm just be honest with you. I looked at it and it was, I'm like, okay, Hugh Jackman is in another movie. I didn't pay no attention to it. Yeah, just being honest with you. Lauren said there's a doc. They have a doc on Netflix, Queen Serial Killer or something like that. Honestly, if you watch some IDTV, they have those Black Widow shows where they show the female serial, especially the ones in like London. It was one lady in London that was wild. And like, I think it was the 70s or something like that. They called her I think she was called the Black Widow or whatever. Wild. So yeah, I mean, I'll sit down and watch
Black Widow tattooed on my arm.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's another episode of the Blurred AF.
Right. Beware.
Showing up. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.
Black Widow, Q. So you doing all of that in the chat. She got a Black Widow. Watch yourself, brother.
Mm-hmm. And he could be like, go ahead, though. All right. I do love Planet Earth. I'm a nature. I love nature documentary. I could watch that all day long. I swear.
It's got to be shot right. I come from the Jack Hanna era of watching nature docs. You know what I'm saying? So
X.
It's got to be shot right. Gotta be shot.
As long as it's on, I mean, Discovery always shoots to me the best documentaries. But there's a lot of stuff they still got the old stuff because I'm doing research on the character that I'm developing, so I had to look at some nature documentaries, and I sat there and it was 3 hours later. Just after the one that went off, something else came on. I was like, ooh, then something else came on. I was like, oh, so I love nature documentaries. Lord have mercy. All right. Oh, okay. All right. We get, can we get back to business?
Back to business.
I didn't think anything. I didn't think I got a Black Widow tattooed on my arm.
That is all she said.
It was originally supposed to be on my shoulder, but
It's Hollywood Land is based off the 50 Superman movie, which was based on Hollywood that had Ben Affleck in it, right? Why am I thinking Black Dahlia for some reason? What was that?
Because you're thinking of the Black Dahlia movie.
Am I just thinking of the Black Dahlia movie? Yes. Why am I thinking? But it was in Hollywood, all right.
It was in Hollywood. You're thinking of the Black Dahlia movie. That's what you're thinking of. The Black Dahlia movie is called the Black Dahlia.
Black Dahlia.
This is the Black Dahlia movie. It's called the Black Dahlia.
No, Q, we're not going there, Q. Stop it.
Oh my God. Yeah, we on task.
The Black Dahlia.
Yeah, the Black Dahlia is called the Black Dahlia. But
what other movies?
I personally, as a horror fan, love it when it's like based on a true story, like, because that just draws me in. Because now I'm like, oh, this happened for real.
Yeah. The truth is always stranger than fiction, ain't it?
Yeah,
always stranger than fiction. I like based on truth too, because I like after watching it to go look it up. You know what I'm saying, and see what actually happened, what really is going on. So yeah, I like that based on the true stuff. Based on the truth.
My bad. I was just noticing my offensive coordinator came back. My man Eric B. Enemy is back.
Eric B. Enemy.
So yeah, they hired him back. So I'm over here. I'm trying to hold. I mean, since people say thinking in the last segment, all my teeth was for Marie. No, all my teeth was for them ghosts because I'm kind of excited about that. But whatever. Excuse me.
What?
What? I didn't hear that. Say that again. In my good ear.
Don't come across the tooth fairy like on Hellboy and they get in.
We shall overcome.
Are we doing Negro spirituals right now? What
we shall overcome.
I guess we should.
But what other Dre? What would be your favorite movie that you can recall?
That was based on. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's Nightmare on Elm Street is always going to be my favorite. I mean, knowing that it was based on, the sleep killings or whatever. That's still one of my favorite. As far as like horror, that's still one of my favorite movies. Sean put Tombstone, and that version of Tombstone is loosely based. They do have a movie that's completely like 1-to-1. I mean, not 1-to-1, but it's more true, accurate to that story. And I think that's Wild Earth. Is it Wild Earth? That's Tombstone's a great film. Don't get it wrong, but it's this actual story is there's some there's some embellishment in that particular screenplay. But there's one that's I think is Wild Earth. I could be wrong, but it's almost closer to the real life story. So, but I love Tombstone. It's one of my favorite movies. I'll be your Huckleberry. Don't do that. It's a favorite scene.
I would say for me, Dracula probably. I would say Dracula. You know what I'm saying? With the
because Dracula is based on the stories of I would have to say I'll give you that one too. I'll give you that one.
Because it's based, but it's not. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like Vlad was real.
Dad was real.
But he wasn't no damn vampire. She took that story and
It
turned
was Mary Shelley, right?
Nah, Bram Stoker.
Bram Stoker. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mary Shelley did Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Yeah.
But took that story and turned it into something way bigger than what it was, and it just, you know, spread from there. So, and the book is slow, but it's real gritty, and you know what I'm saying, you really get into the trenches with stuff. And Nosferatu is just the knockoff version of Dracula because they it really is. They couldn't get the rights to Dracula, so they kind of just rewrote it,
created their own.
Yeah. But yeah, I would have to go with Dracula. What about you, Mika?
I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to go with The Exorcist because knowing that it really actually happened to a little, like, not everything that happened in The Exorcist happened to this little boy, but it's been documented. Like, and exorcisms have been documented, you know, and for them to take that information and turn it into what it became to be. Although I do think, and this is just me rewatching The Exorcist as of late. The Exorcist to me is not
good,
an entertaining movie.
Yeah, it's not.
It's really not. It is the slowest burn ever. Like, and I'm not saying I'm not a fan of slow burn movies, but if I have to choose a movie that is based on facts, it's The Exorcist.
I know in my household it was The Exorcist or The Poltergeist, and I always pick Poltergeist over Exorcist.
Yeah, me and my dad rewatched. He turned on The Exorcist because it was on HBO Max at the time, and he turned it on, and I was like, okay, you know, like I sat through it when I was like 21, and I haven't really revisited it since then because everybody's like, oh my god, it's the scariest movie of all time. So when we rewatched it, I was like, there's so many things as a mother and as a Black mother. None of this would have went down in my house. When that little girl, when Reagan slapped her mother across the room, my dad was in the kitchen when this happened. I said, listen, one, as a mother, what you not finna do is put your hands on me. Number two, as a Black mother, oh, you finna catch you and that demon about to catch these hands.
These hands. Yeah.
I'd have been choking her out.
Dre, you said yours?
Yeah,
I said mine. Mine was Nightmare on Elm Street. What's wrong with that? Hold up, I gotta use. You better be glad I used the bathroom.
Well, Q, I'll answer that for you. The reason why people were fainting in theaters while watching The Exorcist, you also have to remember what the time that The Exorcist came out, right? So nobody had ever seen the stuff that The Exorcist was doing. Spitting up green slime, head turning around, coming down the stairs backwards. That was terrifying. It's not terrifying to us because we've been desensitized by things like the Terrifier movies and all the slasher movies that we've seen growing up. So again, as me watching it as an adult, my dad said, and he said this before he turned it on, he said the scariest movies that he ever watched, as he remembers watching The Exorcist, and he went home and sat outside on the porch because he was like,
he needed to gather himself.
And somebody was like, what's wrong with you? He's like, I just left seeing The Exorcist. Scariest movies he's ever seen was The Exorcist and Night of the Living Dead, because they lived in the country in North Carolina, and they lived next to a field. Scared the bejesus out of him. So yeah, gotta remember the time. We got somebody gave 25 month a member for 25 months. Somebody's a member for 25 months.
Underrated chef. What's up, Blurds? Is that a super chat or what is that? That's not a super.
He just got a membership for 25 months.
Oh, he hit his mark. He hit a mark, I'm guessing. Okay.
Or he became a member for 25 months.
Did he become a member for 25 months? Or
No.
I don't know. Salute to underrated chef. I think that's I forgot his other name, but salute. Since we're talking body rolls, super chat body roll.
The ghetto.
Much appreciated. Sean said the Howling scared the heck out of me. The Howling one. What was the scariest Howling?
He's saying the original.
No, I'm asking you. I don't think.
Honestly,
what?
Don't ask me when the last time I seen the Howling. I'm gonna tell you exactly the last time I seen the Howling, when I was like USA Up All Night. The Howling is not one of those movies. Not saying I'm not into werewolf movies, but hell, I'm not into werewolf movies.
The Howling is not scary.
I'm not into werewolf movies. But again, it probably scared the heck out of him because he watched it as a child or as a younger adult or someone younger, and it scared the bejesus out of him. There's a lot of movies that scared me as a child, but then I go back and revisit. I'm like, how was I even afraid of this?
Silver Bullet. Oh, first of all, shout out to my man Marcus, aka Underrated Chef. He's just, once you've been a member for so long, you can put a chat in and it shows you how long you've been a membership. So thank you so much for my man Marcus for the membership.
Blue gave him.
I heard it all in my I heard it all in my headphone. I mean, in my AirPods. But
he was in the
but I watched Silver Bullet. I watched Silver
Bullet. He took us to the bathroom with him.
You were in my ear. It wasn't like I took the camera in there. I was like, yeah, there we go. Yeah, good release. Now let's get back to it.
All right, this has been another episode of the Blurred AF. I will not be back next Monday.
Look, Silver Bullet has to be one of the. I was in there cracking up. Some of the practical effects. All of that. I mean, the movie starts off where the werewolf slapping my man and his whole head come off. And it's the way it's come off. All you see is a paw and then a head flying. So yeah, American Werewolf in London is my movie. If I'm gonna pick a werewolf movie from at least a step, back in the day, it would be American Werewolf in London. Silver Bullet is just it's it with a werewolf, basically, or similar to that. If you know what I mean, it's all Stephen King. But American Werewolf in London, yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Or the best werewolf I've ever seen was in was it Underworld 2, the second Underworld, where they brought in the Dracula and the werewolf. They were brothers. But the design of the world was at 3. Was it 2 or 3? I think it's 3. I mean, I think it's 2. Where they had the original werewolf and the original
What movie
yeah,
are you talking about?
Underworld. Where they had the actual werewolf. Design was so dope.
Yeah, that was
in Underworld.
That was
so dope. Lycans. Yeah.
You
didn't watch you didn't watch the Underworld?
I watched the first one and then I quit.
Yeah, I used to faithfully watch those.
Yeah, me too. I wish they would bring them back. I think it's the perfect time to bring them back, me myself. Or a series, a TV series.
If they bring back Underworld and you can't make a Blade movie, I'm
look, man, I talked about that today. I am not even worried about a Blade. It's done. Like, we know they can't get that off the ground. Give me some. I got to go to other studios for Blade. Got to go.
I get my Blade fix here.
Yeah, but yeah, he said the werewolf changing in front of him was what got to him.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. How old were you, son, when that was happening?
He said he was. I saw it. He said he was.
He said he was a little kid.
He said he was 4.
Yeah, that was scary at 4.
Yeah. Salute.
I watched Nightmare on Elm Street at 5 and survived.
I watched all of that.
He wasn't 4 though. That 4 to 5 might have been elite. You know what I mean? Might have been a little
whatever. I'm one of the scariest mofos in horror.
Might have been elite. Might have been the league. I saw something else. Six say the gate. The gate was dope. The gate was not scary though. They played the record backwards. The little creatures came out of the ground, and those was like the funniest claymation creatures ever.
That's just like Puppet Master. What was it? Ghoulies.
It was Puppet Master versus Ghoulies. I know what you're talking about. But them little claymation monsters come out that hole, man. And then they all form together, made like a big one.
This is like Critters.
I like Critters.
Yes.
Critters 1 is my joint. It gets dumber and dumber as we keep going.
Critters in space.
Critters in space.
Critters
when you run out of ideas, take them to space.
Always put them in space.
Take them to space.
Space, and then you gotta take them to the hood.
Yep.
Space in the hood. Leprechaun went to the hood twice, just to let y'all know.
He went to the hood, and then he went back to the hood.
He went back to the hood. That's right.
That's when you just ain't got nothing else to do.
And then the WWE took over the franchise and gave us that trash ass Origins.
Yeah.
For real? I didn't know WWE took over
it was
that franchise.
The little small person wrestler.
Hornswoggle.
Yep, that's who played him.
But the crazy part about it is you don't see the leprechaun. You get like glimpses of him, and then it's so dark that you can't really tell. He doesn't look like the leprechaun, so you could tell.
Yep, that's who played him.
That's funny.
But what else we got? Fast and Furious went to space, but not there yet. Like they did their little space.
They went in space,
right? But they ain't.
It was in space, but it wasn't. It didn't take place in space.
Right. They ain't operating space yet. It's coming. Right. Though. I can see it coming.
Right.
It's almost. They were good. They were close. They was in outer space for a little bit, wasn't they? They was out of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
They went to space. They didn't.
They went to space. They just didn't stare. They just didn't stay in space.
Right. The movie didn't take place in space. Like not like like Jason X.
The whole.
I'm sorry. I used to clown that movie. Jason X is fucking awesome.
It's great. It's great. It's a great movie.
It's awesome.
I would awesome. Just Jason pure X till they bury me, dog. That movie is
me too.
Movie is wild.
If I'm gonna do top 3, Jason X is in my top 3.
He's in there. Jason X is up there.
I give Jason, even though it feels like a movie that should be on the Sci-Fi Channel, it's still awesome.
No,
the dialogue, all of that, that 90s dialogue.
I can't agree with that. I cannot.
No, that 90s dialogue.
Jason X does not belong on the Sci-Fi Channel because of the simple fact.
I'm talking about the dialogue. I'm talking about just the dialogue
too.
Man, that dialogue.
There's nothing wrong with the dialogue.
When my man was holding the lady's head in his hand,
she's a robot. Android,
yeah, but it's the dialogue that he was saying to her. I'm like, who wrote this? And then I found out. I went through the whole thing and found out who wrote it, and you know what I'm saying, and the problems that they had in the studio, and basically how they wanted to give a fresh new take to Jason, but in a 90s kind of in his most definitely timestamp for 90s cliche and all of that. Very much 90s.
All in on the cliche.
It's 90s cliche. That's why I said Sci-Fi Channel, because a lot of Sci-Fi channels lean on that 90s, aesthetic of dialogue. You know what I mean? Like, and then you always gonna have a super fine woman that could kick ass in the 90s. There was always
hold on, because I don't think Jason X was a 2000 movie.
True.
I'm gonna say
it still had a 90s. It still had a 90s vibe to it. A straight 90s vibe to it.
I think I rented Jason X.
I got Jason X over on the when I bought the whole Friday the 13th collection.
I think I was in the military when Jason X came.
It came out in 2001.
But wasn't it written wasn't it in like developmental hell for at least a couple years before, because it was supposed to come out sooner than that, and it didn't.
It was they started the development in the 1990s, and then it sat for a while because it was supposed to come out after Freddy versus Jason. Freddy versus Jason was not moving forward, so they decided Jim Isaac and Sean Cunningham decided they wanted another Friday the 13th film made to retain audience interest in the character. The film was conceived by Todd Farmer, who plays Dallas in the film. Farmer considered putting Jason in a variety of new settings before settling on and pitching a space slasher concept modeled on Alien. David Cronenberg rewrote his character's dialogue in the script. So they probably had him saying something different, and David Cronenberg was like, nope, not saying that shit.
Cronenberg the man.
Said nope.
Oh, Jason X. Yeah, that's my movie there, man.
Yeah, I mean the film didn't do bad in the box office. I mean, it's a Friday the 13th movie. You know, it made 13.1 million in the US and 3.8 million internationally. So 16.9 million.
Okay. What was the budget?
11 million. It actually made 17.1 million in the box office. It's just people ate it up because it was the whole fact of Jason going to space.
Yeah.
Robert Ebert gave it 0.5 stars out of 4, quoting one of the film's lines saying, "This sucks on so many levels." You're old, dude.
I'm sorry. That movie it has a charm to it that just is undeniable.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And I thought they put it out pretty good. Getting him, how they got him up in space.
Yeah.
You know, with the time skip. I forgot how many years it had been or whatever, but I thought they just did a good job with
the whole hockey had been banned in 2024 in the movie.
Yeah.
So it said 2008, mass murderer Jason Voorhees is captured by the U.S. government and held at Camp Crystal Lake Research Facility. By 2010, after numerous failed attempts, Rowan, the head facility, suggests placing him in a cryogenic stasis. So she wakes up in the year 2455.
Damn. Okay. 400 years.
Yeah.
And they still had slavery.
They still had slavery.
That's crazy. 2045. You said 24?
2455.
55.
And they was like, they found him with a hockey mask, and they're like, what's a hockey mask? And she's like, oh, in a sport that was banned in 2024. And I was like, whoo! Y'all should have pushed that out just a little bit more. Y'all should have been like, in a sport that was banned in 2144.
What's the hockey mask? Now, I thought Jason had some of the better kills in Jason X. That's why I like it.
Me too.
It is hilarious, especially when they do the hologram. He just picked him up, after threw him against the tree. I just started busting out laughing because he looked irritated while doing it. I think that's what makes it funny. But when when he's basically super Jason with the silver man, that's dope. I'm sorry. I think that is one of the.
He turned to a ninja. He like a ninja.
Not a ninja.
He really is.
Up and just gutting people, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you had the black dude who thought he was super Negro. Like,
no.
He was.
No, because
it's gonna take a lot.
Because the one black dude, I can't think of his name. He actually, I think he was the last one to go out.
Yeah, because he was super ninja.
Matter of fact, wasn't he the one who basically blew the hole so Jason could go out in the space?
That was the other black dude.
There's the other black. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a black dude. It was 2 black dudes on there.
Black dudes.
The one bald-headed dude that used to be on everything in like the 2000s. I can't think of his name.
He was the one.
The one from
Am
what?
I right? From Spartacus. He played the I think it was in Spartacus.
Are you talking about
I can't remember his name. He was also
Waylon is the one that sacrifices himself to blow the hole. what Broski is the one that it turns into super nigga.
Yeah.
Because he gets stabbed. Yeah. He gets stabbed, and he's like, it's gonna take a lot more than that to take down this old dog. And then he stabs him again, and he's like, yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, you called him a bluff.
That's the one who was in Spartacus.
Yeah, he should have died. I don't know about y'all, but where he got stabbed at, he definitely should have bled out.
No, it's gonna take a lot more than that.
But they brought him. They put him on the nanobot chair and was like, yeah, bring him back.
Yeah.
And he became Super Ninja.
That is still wild. That's still
the one who got kicked in 300. That is him. Yeah. This is Sparta,
which is like the best
in
life.
Mm-hmm.
In life.
He said, "Fool! What are you doing? You have your head for this." Oh, you want my head? This is Sparta! Wow! And he did it in slow motion. Wow! I ain't seen a kick like that since the Chappelle show. Wow! Ah! I kicked the shit out of him. I wish they would have intercut and Charlie Murphy like, I kicked the shit out of him.
Charlie Murphy, what you do that
for? I'm bleeding in my chest, but I have the medicine. I want to smoke with the old boy Rick James. Oh, snap, son. But yeah.
I can't think of no more other movies.
Me either. All right, there's a lot on this list. I'm gonna just read you the top 10 that IMDb put up. The Conjuring, of course. The Conjuring: Last Rites. The Conjuring: The Lighthouse. We heard that really good with William Dafoe and what's his name? They play Batman. Robert Pattinson. I heard that's really good. Like,
William Dafoe man,
just puts an excellent performance in.
That movie is wild too. That's a wild movie. Yeah, I didn't know that was based on
the strange. Yeah, they said it's yep. The Strange Darling, The Watcher, The Conjuring 2, The Host. Oh, okay. The Devil's Bride, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, and The Girl Next Door. That's
all the Conjuring movies are based
on Conjuring. Is The Ritual part of the Conjuring series too?
Yes, all of every Conjuring movie is based off Warren and the Warrens' case files.
Yeah, because I got Annabelle on here, the Exorcism,
every single one.
Emily Rose. Yeah, The Deliverance.
What's the host?
So
that's
what's the host?
Yeah,
the host is hold on, where is it at? Because the host, a monster emerges from Soul's Hand River, begins.
Oh, I've seen that one before.
One victim's loving family does not.
That is not based on anything. I can't be.
Nah.
Well, if it's based on a folklore in South Korea, then I could see that.
But if it's based on some type of folklore. Again, there's a difference between something that's based on stories and it's something that is true.
Yeah, actually, just a true event.
Right.
I'm like, nah.
The host. I was like, wait a minute. When did a huge octopus come out the river?
That's why I said okay. So
that was the top 10. That was all of them.
That was it.
Y'all go watch Veronica on Netflix. Come and report back.
Dwayne said The Lighthouse is good.
It is good.
I heard it's really good. I heard it's just the performance alone makes you engage in the story. So, but nah, I mean, truth be told though, I do want to ghost hunt just one time. I want to just say I did it. You know what I'm saying? I want to go do the Paranormal Activity thing so I can say I did it. You know, I think she's been on PBS for that. I know she has an IMDb page, but I think she'd been on PBS for that too. You know what I'm saying? For doing these like paranormal investigations or activities and stuff like that. I just want to say I did it. I do. I want to say I did it. And I always say that stuff doesn't scare me. So I want to see if I get scared. Want to have my camera with me, all of that. Make sure I got a couple battery. I think I got 3 batteries in this joint. Let me see. Well, I got how many batteries I got? 1 and 1 in here. I need 2 more batteries. I want to do it. I want to do it. And I want to report back and tell y'all my experience.
To answer Sean's question, no, Primate is not based on that chimp from the 90s. If you're thinking about the chimp that attacked its owner, you're gonna think of Nope. Like that's the reason why they don't use live animals in live recordings anymore, because of that with that incident that happened with that chimpanzee. So, but no, Primate is just Cujo
with a monkey.
With a
primate. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, technically, it is not a monkey.
The primate.
Monkeys have tails.
It's a primate.
Primate.
It's a chimp.
He said, make sure I get some good footage. If y'all see me in there freaking out, that's why I said, if she asked me, she wanted to do it on Sunday. And Sunday, I told you guys I was getting a second job so I could be able to make some money for my film. So I had to get finished. Well, I had good luck. I had 5 hours of testing that I had to do for security. And it's not top flight security because I don't even get a whistle. So all I get is a badge in a screen to look at. So yeah. So I couldn't do it on yesterday, but she said, oh, I rescheduled. So if I reschedule on a Saturday, would you be able to go? As long as it's before my next job, which is 11 o'clock, I want to go. So I want to go. I want to record it and want to go from there. So I don't know about y'all, but would y'all watch me? Like, chat, would y'all, while y'all in there flirting, would y'all watch me if I did the paranormal investigation with Marie? Would you watch it, and would you just watch it for my reaction? You would not watch it for my reaction?
I will watch. I'll be watching.
What if that's one of the greatest reactions that you ever have, though? Like, it's funny, it's entertaining. I'm crying. You know what I'm saying?
I want to get picked up by the deadlights and just move around.
Why I gotta get picked up? First of all, I'm not 6 or 8.
I want to see you holding the camera up like close to your nose and be like, I thought it was a joke.
Oh no, wait a minute. Hold on. So I gotta. Hold on, wait a minute. So I gotta do it. So y'all want me to do it in the vein of what's the name of the movie? Blair Witch. So y'all want me to hold up, chat. Y'all want me to do it in the style of Blair Witch?
No, it's got to be real. Like, real.
This will be real.
No. Because it sounds like you're gonna fake it, and then I have to.
No, I'm not gonna fake it. No, I'm not. You know my.
Hold the camera up to your nose.
I need my nose. My nose too big. Camera. She come around the corner. If I see you standing in the corner. I'm like, run, girl, get up out of there, run now. He's
standing in the corner. Oh, or I come out like a weapons where Alex just goes out through the children. And then all you gonna do is see me run is to have 10-year-olds chasing me. But no, if you want to see this from my perspective, I got my camera here. I think I want to order now. It's making me want to order. I want to order 2 more batteries or whatever. And I think I forgot how much memory do I have in here, but I have to have enough memory. I have to have enough memory for my film. So I'm gonna have to. I wish I could afford some Meta glasses right now. Though y'all gonna get this camera. I wish I had some Meta glasses, but she said I can't do it live because she said I can't live stream it. It has to be recorded. So because I was thinking about that. I was like, can I live stream this? And she was like, no. it has to be recorded. I was like, damn.
That's great.
Because I was gonna take all of y'all on the mission. 256 gigabytes. I think I might have to go up. I might have to go up on my memory on my camera.
I remember Ghost Hunters did a live for Halloween. They
got
did like
exposed.
They got exposed for that?
24-hour live. I mean, all them shows. I wouldn't say exposed, but those shows are made for you to come back. You know, what I'm saying? They always leave you like a cliffhanger type, and you come back. Got to watch it for more. And it's never about. It's kind of like what she said. Hey, I'm not here to get rid of. I'm just here to kind of verify, and then
yeah. She just want to see what's in here and how much footage can I get if I start, you know, hearing creaks, bumps, bangs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Things that go bump in the night. You know what I'm saying? It freaked me out. It freaked out. Y'all haven't seen freaked out me. If it really freaks me out, it's not gonna be funny. You're like, this is sad. Like, he's really crying.
I know I've seen some stuff. I remember seeing some stuff as like a kid though. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you can't really make heads or tails of some of the stuff. And then I remember on some It type shit, we went into the sewers. You know what I'm saying? And we all it was the dare of because it was like this big fucking sewer hole and the sun shined in, but then it stopped at a certain spot. So it was like, who was gonna make it past, you know what I'm saying, into the darkness? That shit was some of the crazy, and it had bats and shit all up in there. That shit was some of the craziest shit.
I think when I went to Memphis, I think the only part I've ever been scared, we're on a ranch in we not doing that. We not doing that.
We're about to wrap this up, man.
Yeah, we about to wrap this up. Y'all in here wilding. But I mean, now we know that Mika got fans, but
man.
And I don't mean the ones Kendrick was talking about. Well, it could be. I don't know.
if you're a true fan, go and follow Cinematic Nightmares and go and comment on a video or like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and do that. You want to impress me? Go support my channel.
But there it is. There it is. But nah, we were at a ranch. I would never forget this. We was at this ranch. We just got through riding horses. I think this was the second time I ever rode a horse or whatever. It started getting dark. I've never been this is the first time me being in Tennessee. All I seen is a flock of bats coming towards. I've never been that scared. And then I jumped on the ground because I was scared. Damn frogs was coming out of, there's a little creek. The damn frogs was coming out and jumping around. I'm like, what? I want to go home. I want to go home now. I want to go home.
I want to go home. When the fish was falling out of the sky all them years back, a couple of years back.
The fish was falling out of the sky?
Yeah, you don't remember that?
No.
No, I don't remember that either.
Yeah.
I don't remember none of that.
Look it up.
I've never heard of that. And why couldn't I be down there with my net so I could be able to fry me some fish? As long as it's some white fish, I'm good.
They said it was a natural. They said it was like a natural phenomenon.
So did something blow up and then fish went everywhere? Is that what happened?
I don't know. I'm just asking y'all. Do y'all remember that?
I don't. I want you to look that up and. Now I want to go home, man. This is way before Hustle and Flow. I was 12 when I went. Way before Hustle and Flow.
So they say it was in Texas, 2021, fish fell during a storm, potentially from birds or a water spout. But it was a lot of fish. Y'all remember that?
No.
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 Okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, I do not. You're the only one to pick that story up. You must have been sitting at home breaking news. Fish just fell out the sky in Texas.
I was there. Was that during the rap show?
Oh man.
Oh man.
All right, we about to wrap it up, guys. What you guys got going on? I slept good today because they wore me out at work. They wore me out. Plus, I was up all night trying to get these testing done. So
Just regular stuff, man. See what's good. I kind of piggyback off of what's been going on all week. Your video, I think, Chill, I think, did a video. It's been a lot of people doing the Marvel DC black characters mishandling and stuff. I did like the sidekick point of view of that, like why they always playing sidekicks and the magical Negro syndrome, things of that nature. But
I need to go back and watch that.
What, the magical Negro?
No, with your video.
Oh, yeah. Well, I appreciate it if you do. You know,
I need to go back because I've been asleep all day, so I ain't got to see nothing.
Yeah, but yeah, whatever tomorrow brings, I don't know what tomorrow brings. We'll see. We will see. Mika, what you got? You all right, man?
See, got him going.
It was a piece of hair that was in my eye.
My nigga.
It was a piece of hair in my eye.
Hairs, right?
I ain't for one, I ain't afraid of no ghost.
They already messed with.
That was a piece of hair in my eye. That's a piece of hair in my eye.
No,
and I was trying to get it out.
A
piece of hair in my eye.
You almost took your whole head off. Oh, don't let them get you, man. Don't let them get you, Dre.
First of all, they won't.
Whatever.
They won't. I got something for that ass.
See, I will not be on I probably won't be on next Monday because I'll be flying back from Utah, and my flight gets in at like 9 p.m. So I'll be at Sundance this weekend. Not seeing any screenings because all the screenings are sold out. But I have a workaround for that, so I'm not even worried about it. Probably. What else? Top 5 will drop before while I'm on vacation. Or while I'm in Utah, it'll be top 5 horror movies that flip the genre on its head. Basically talking about meta horror. And then I'll also be dropping on Wednesday, talking about a Tubi movie that I seen, and that's what inspired me to do the top 5 of meta movies, because this movie is called Mimesis, and it's based on Night of the Living Dead, and it's basically some people get kidnapped and they're placed into a farmhouse, and they are forced to reenact the Night of the Living Dead with there's people out there that are playing the zombies and stuff like that. So pretty dope.
It's a movie it's a movie about the movie.
No, it's a movie about how people take horror too seriously, and they're basically wanting people to relive it. So like, when we go to like Halloween Horror Nights, you're actually being put into the movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This movie takes it a step further. And so I actually watched it. Now, is it a great movie? It's Tubi, but it's definitely, I think if it had more of a budget, they could have pulled this off. But they basically used the same farmhouse from Night of the Living Dead, which I thought was pretty dope. I'm gonna try to drop that on Wednesday. Try to record it tomorrow and then drop it on Wednesday. And then I'll be gone. I'll be at Sundance.
And you be safe too.
I will. I'm trying to see this movie Undertone because it's supposed to be the horror movie of the year, like one of the scariest movies of this year. So I'm trying to go see it, and I'm trying to go to the midnight showing of it, so I don't sleep that night.
Gotcha. Oh, how did the game night go?
Oh my god!
I checked in real quick, but then
so chaotic. Yeah. So chaotic. If y'all haven't seen that, go and watch Game Night listen, we played Trivial Pursuit, and a lot of people don't understand how hard Trivial Pursuit is until you play Trivial Pursuit. And so, I mean, I know my horror movies, but there's a lot of questions in the Trivial Pursuit horror movie edition. I don't know. So I will be going through all 600 questions so I can learn some things. Also, me and my sister did start another podcast. It's called Messy and Petty. That will be dropping soon as well too. Should be first episode should be dropping on Friday. So you can find Messy and Petty on Facebook. There is a page that she has that has over 11,000 followers currently. So she wanted to start a podcast. So here we go.
Boom.
And here we go.
Okay.
And then what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow is it's funny. All my people that we be talking about the Griff. I see they talked about the casting of Laura Croft. They didn't make no videos about it. You can't go again. You can't go against a white woman like that. You're gonna lose your audience. So I searched to try to find where the Griff on the Laura Croft. British white woman playing a British white woman based on a pixelated British white woman. No, she doesn't look like the character. Like, okay, all right, we gonna make her look like the PS1 version did. Do you understand? What about the PSP version, huh? So I see the Griff didn't do that. So like I've been waiting. I got some ammo, but nope.
It's
I don't see no crying.
Well, not the people who make the video, but it is some people like, oh, she doesn't look. I don't like that. I was like, what? Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I see GameStop said she don't look like the character. I busted out laughing. I easily retweeted. I'm like, well, GameStop saying like, Yeah, I mean, they did run a Twitter for it. Personally, for me, I don't care what the performance look. I do care, but I don't care because all they want is some big boob white chick so they could Google and
right,
you know what I mean, be a butcher in the back. Yeah, so they could be a butcher with the meat. You know what I'm saying? Later on that night after watching it, is she good? Can she do the action scenes? Right. How is the acting? What is the cinematography going to look like? What is the story going to convey? All of that.
I'm worried though, Dre.
I'm not because I don't care.
Sansa Stark. Well, I like Tomb Raider. So video game.
I like the Tomb Raider because that was one of the first PS1 games I had was Tomb Raider.
So and everybody in the movies up until this point has
Tina Wild
for the most part done good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm only worried because Sansa Stark as Jean Grey was horrible. It's bad.
Okay, all right, but she's still a great. Didn't she come from Game of Thrones? So
she wasn't like Sansa Stark wasn't all that.
But she came from Game of Thrones, and she was big in Game of Thrones. I don't see. What you never know. If you know what I mean, she not ugly. That was like she ugly. No, y'all don't like it. She ain't got no boobs.
I'm just talking strictly her acting. I ain't talking about
her acting. Yeah, she wasn't good at Jean Grey. I'll give you that. Yeah, but I also blame the writers and the directors for that movie too, because that movie sucked.
True that. But I just want to, with that, her being we talking Laura Croft, somersaults, backflips, jumping chasms, and shooting guns,
But they was comparing her to Angelina Jolie. You can't. Angelina Jolie's lips is in a different
talk about my girl lips like that.
No, they're in a different atmosphere than anybody else they gonna cast. She got sexy, she got big lips. She got sexy lips. You know what I'm saying? These other women ain't got them type of lips. They got a whole totally different atmosphere.
The girl who played it after Angelina Jolie wasn't bad though. Vikander, what's her name? Alexandra Vikander. She did a good job because it wasn't as high octane and action packed as well. Angelina Jolie is a goddamn action star.
She's an action star. Salt was one of my favorite movies with her.
That was lit and Wanted and all of that. But that's what I guess that's what I want to see. Are we going like action star? High octane over the top with it, or are we just gonna have a nice little quaint story with her?
I don't know.
And
I kind of want to see it now, just to see how many people complain about it.
We'll see.
I will watch it to see how. to see how people complain about it.
Yeah, it's coming though.
Wanted was good too.
Yeah, Wanted was dope. But it's gonna. I think complaints is gonna happen. I just think right now. Matter of fact, Dre, it probably ain't even came across their desk yet because it's monkey see, monkey do. So
yep.
It's got to take one to get the story first. Once that one get that story, then you'll see them all just fall in line. Yeah, I don't like her neither. Look at her kneecap. That's not.
Not look at her kneecap. I will not.
Big ass kneecaps. I don't like big kneecaps. Why can't she have sexy kneecaps?
They do some of the dumbest shit when it comes to them arguing about. Did you catch her earlobes? Yeah, man. Just saying.
Oh man. So
they could at least gave her a push-up, bro. I mean, she's flat-chested. What is going on? I don't know, but that knows.
I'm sorry. A lot of these dudes are goons. They are goons. Like you can tell they don't get nothing.
Straight goonery. That's all they care about. And I goon to it.
Straight goon action. So yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about these grifters, because they goons. These the movie grifters, the game grifter, they're goons. All right, so we go get ready to wrap this up. Look at her knees. I hate them knees. Look at them. They not even ashy. My Laura Crawford have ashy knees. Anyway, let's get up out of here. Thank you so very much for tuning in to another episode of the Blerd AF. Of course, thank our special guest that came on, Marie Jackson. Make sure to check her out. She didn't send me her thing, but I think it's paranormal. I was about to say Activities, and that's a movie.
Based on a true story.
Child, the ghetto.
Hold on, wait a minute. It's hold on. Paranormal Impact. That's what it is. Paranormal Impact. So make sure you guys are nobody wants a pancake, Dre.
I like pancakes.
Let me shut up. Anyway,
Laura Croft doesn't have butt like that.
I'm looking for cake, baby.
She don't know after the video game either. Whatever.
You know what I'm saying? It's stupid. She had pixelated triangle boobs, and they're like, she doesn't look like the character. Anyway, so we thanks for Marie for coming in. So check out Paranormal Impact on TikTok and I believe on YouTube if you want to check out more of her videos. Of course, you better, if you're following this channel, you watch this right now, make sure to follow Mika G Edge Cinematic Nightmares podcast, and make sure to check out Blues House Live. And if you're not, we gonna take out Laura Croft's knees and hit you with it.
I hit him with the knees.
Damn kneecap. So, but yeah, thank you.
Like a
Tesla truck. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, man. We about to get up out of here, man. Peace, vibe heart. I'll see you guys in the morning. Let's get up out of here, man. Where is the outro at? Let's go.